Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. WWE recently confirmed a major title match for Monday Night RAW, and it might result in a veteran finally completing their heel turn. The star in question was a babyface from February 2024 to September 2025, and recently began portraying a tweener character. If recent hints are anything to go by, the star could complete her heel turn on the upcoming edition of RAW. Charlotte and Alexa Bliss will defend their Women's Tag Team Championship against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria on the upcoming edition of Monday Night RAW. The upcoming title match could finally result in WWE legend Bayley turning heel by attacking Lyra Valkyria. The former WWE Women's Champion's split personality character has left fans wondering about which direction she will take. Since Valkyria seems to be the babyface, it only makes sense for Bayley to turn heel and make their feud official. Moreover, their partnership is on thin ice, and if they fail to win the tag titles on RAW, Triple H and the creative team could have the role model snap and attack her partner. What gives this theory even more weight is the fact that Alexa Bliss is set to face Nia Jax on SmackDown next week. It wouldn't make sense to take the titles off Bliss and Flair, especially since the title match is expected to start the feud between Bayley and Valkyria. As a result, Flair and Bliss retaining the titles and Bayley turning heel seems to be the most probable outcome. However, this is merely speculation, and it remains to be seen what Triple H and the creative team have planned for the upcoming edition of RAW. What led to the WWE Women's Tag Team title match being made official? On X, Bayley uploaded a video where she called out Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, while also speaking about her friendship with Lyra Valkyria. In the clip, she taunted the champions to take up a real challenge and face her and Valkyria on the upcoming edition of WWE Monday Night RAW. It remains to be seen whether Bayley and Valkyria can win the tag team titles or whether WWE RAW will feature the role model's official heel turn. Arsh is from Kolkata, India, and holds a bachelor's degree in sociology from Presidency University. He started watching wrestling since he was 9 years old and has been a fan ever since. His favorite wrestler is Will Ospreay, with AJ Styles also a close second. When not writing about wrestling, Arsh likes playing music and kickboxing. Triple H has built his reputation as a master storyteller, not just in the ring, but behind the scenes as the driving creative force of modern WWE. Over the past few months, fans have been buzzing about the evolving dynamics on RAW, especially with several top babyfaces showing signs of frustration, doubt, or attitude shifts. Now, after nearly 2 years of dominance as a beloved competitor, one WWE legend's demeanor has taken a dark turn, and Triple H may have just subtly confirmed that a major heel turn is on the horizon, 633 days after his last full-fledged villainous run. The star in question is none other than Randy Orton, whose recent behavior and booking on Monday Night RAW have hinted at a possible return to his darker persona. Orton, who returned to WWE in late 2023 after a long injury layoff, has been positioned as one of the brand's biggest babyfaces. However, his recent promos, body language, and match psychology have told a different story, one that appears to be steering toward a heel turn orchestrated, or at least approved, by Triple H himself. Subtle hints from Triple H's booking style. Triple H's approach to storytelling is layered and deliberate. Unlike the more overt heel turns of the past, his creative direction has leaned toward gradual transformations, allowing fans to connect the dots on their own. Orton's recent feuds have reflected this approach. On several occasions, he has shown flashes of aggression reminiscent of his Legend Killer and Viper personas, the kind that made him one of WWE's most dangerous characters. In the past few weeks, Orton's matches have ended with him lingering a little too long after delivering a devastating RKO. He's been reluctant to help his allies, even showing frustration when things don't go his way. On the October episodes of RAW, subtle camera shots focused on Orton's expressions after losses and betrayals, moments that looked purposefully emphasized under Triple H's direction. Behind the scenes, reports have circulated that Triple H sees Orton as one of the few veterans who can carry both babyface and heel storylines effortlessly. With RAW preparing for a potential roster shakeup heading into 2026, the creative team may have decided it's time to bring back the cold, methodical version of Orton that fans both fear and respect. The 633-day marker, When fans realized that Orton's current babyface run had lasted 633 days, many began connecting the dots. His last full heel run ended in 2023, before his injury, when he and Riddle were part of RK-Bro, a pairing that cemented his reputation as a lovable anti-hero. Since his return, however, the character's lighter tone has felt at odds with Orton's natural instincts. Triple H has reportedly been pushing for long-term storytelling that brings veterans back to their roots, and Orton's heel turn fits perfectly within that philosophy. Orton's presence on RAW has often served as the moral anchor of the show, a veteran teaching younger stars respect and discipline, but lately his interactions have grown colder. He's shown visible irritation with the new generation, especially stars like Braun Breaker and Jey Uso. This tension could easily evolve into a storyline where Orton rejects the modern respect narrative, claiming that today's roster doesn't understand what it means to be ruthless, a classic setup for a heel transformation. Triple H's subtle confirmation. Fans believe that Triple H indirectly confirmed Orton's turn during a recent backstage interview segment. While promoting upcoming RAW storylines, Triple H mentioned that some legends are about to remind the locker room why their names are written in WWE history. The phrasing, remind, and legends immediately stood out to fans. Combined with the recent focus on Orton's internal conflict, it felt like a calculated teaser. Moreover, in WWE's official promotional graphics for Survivor Series, Orton was placed in the background shadowed by darker tones, while his babyface counterparts were presented under bright, vivid colors. WWE has often used this kind of visual storytelling to foreshadow character shifts. Considering Triple H's hands-on involvement in creative design, it's unlikely that such details were accidental. Additionally, sources within WWE have noted that Orton's upcoming schedule is heavily storyline-driven, rather than match-heavy. This usually happens when the creative team wants to rebuild or repackage a major star for a significant character shift. The idea, reportedly, is to let Orton's heel persona re-emerge gradually, leading to a massive betrayal angle that sets the stage for a marquee feud early in 2026. The potential impact of the turn. If Orton does indeed turn heel, the RAW landscape could change dramatically. His veteran credibility makes him an immediate main event level threat, regardless of who holds the brand's top title. Fans have grown used to seeing him in a supportive or nostalgic role, but a darker Orton would bring balance to RAW's character spectrum, especially as several major stars, like Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn, remain firmly in the babyface camp. A heel Orton could easily become the next major obstacle for emerging heroes. A feud with Cody Rhodes, for example, would practically write itself given their shared history and legacy. Orton could frame Cody as a pretender who only found success in a softer era. Likewise, a rivalry with Jey Uso could echo Orton's early 2010s feuds, where he dismantled fan favorites to prove his dominance. Why Triple H would greenlight this move? Triple H's creative decisions often balance nostalgia with fresh energy. By turning Orton heel again, he would be capitalizing on nostalgia while reintroducing the unpredictability that once defined Orton's career. The WWE audience, especially those who followed Orton through the ruthless aggression and early PG eras, knows that his heel work is some of the most compelling in wrestling history. Moreover, the timing is strategic. With WrestleMania season approaching, Triple H needs strong villains who can challenge fan favorites without overexposing newer stars. Orton fits perfectly in that role, experienced, credible, and capable of carrying a storyline through psychological warfare rather than excessive appearances. Looking ahead, if Triple H's subtle cues are indeed signaling what fans suspect, Randy Orton's heel turn after 633 days could mark one of the most exciting creative shifts in WWE this year. The potential is immense, not only for Orton's character, but also for the rivalries and storytelling depth that could follow. Triple H understands that Orton's darkness is part of what makes him great. By slowly reawakening the Viper, WWE can remind fans of what made Orton one of the most feared superstars of his generation. Whether it happens through a shocking betrayal, a slow descent into paranoia, or a calculated assault on a top babyface, all signs point to the same conclusion. Triple H is ready to let Randy Orton's sinister side loose on RAW once again, and this time, it may be his most dangerous run yet.